This is the video for creating a Gantt chart using the information that we created earlier off of work breakdown structure, critical path analysis. A Gantt chart is very simply a project tool that tracks progression of a project by using the combination of a task list and a bar chart style calendar. We see an example here for an expanded project relating to the bicycle that we used in the work breakdown structure video. The value of having a good Gantt chart: first of all, again, all project tasks are accounted for and assigned. Critical path is shown, and float times can also be seen on the bar chart calendar. Also, project manager now has a feel as to how much time is available to the project, how much time is left to work the project. Also, any change in project scope or task execution can be evaluated quickly as to the impact to the project, and it also allows the project team to be proactive to many of the typical project schedule issues that will occur over the course of time. To get started, we'll start with a task list and dates that would come out of a critical path analysis, work breakdown structure, and use those then to build our Gantt chart. So to make a Gantt chart, what we would do then is take the worksheet either in the Demandver toolbox, or you can create one on your own, which you'll see here in this example that we have. Copy the task list onto a Gantt chart worksheet. Make sure you transfer your early start, late start, and must end dates, and the durations of your critical path analysis. Establish a unit measure you wish to use to track and manage the time on the calendar: hours, days, or weeks. I usually tend to like to use days or weeks, or a combination of both. Then also, once you get the tasks in there and the dates, also insert the project milestone dates. Now, milestones are key events that occur over the life of a project that signify a passage from one phase to another or a completion of a major task. So things such as phase reviews, presentations, business reviews, peer reviews, and the like are considered project milestones. So once you have that information in there, then you build your calendar bar chart. Then once you have all of the persons' names in there who are tracking each event, then you can look at leveling the workloads needed with those projects, or level the workload to start with based on the number of people you have, and then assign the trackers based on their skill sets matching up with a particular task that have to be done. So in building a Gantt chart, we see here we take the task list, insert that in to the project Gantt chart here. See that we have early start, late start, must end dates indicated on here, along with the tasks that are going to be done. Once we have those put in there, then we can put in the persons responsible for tracking and build our flow of our project with looking at the different dates. You'll notice here that what we've done is the colors match up with the persons. Also, we've taken any critical path items and indicated those with bold red type for the dates and the persons tracking. We've shown float times as X with dashed lines, so we can see that how far we have available to slide these tasks forward if we wish to float them earlier in the project timeline. Now, you'll notice here, interestingly enough, that the one of the individuals in this task list, whose last name happens to be Heisey, has got a number of tasks that are all happening in parallel at the same time. Now, this, under normal circumstances, would be a problem or would cause that person to have to put excessive time in a given period, such as a day or a week, in order to get all of the tasks accomplished under normal plans. So we're going to do a little load leveling here. So if we take a look at the task list on the left, we can see how right now Starnes has a period of time where she does not have anything assigned to her, Also, there is a large gap of time where Lukey is not doing anything as well during that period. Doesn't mean that they're not busy, but it may be that they're assigned to other tasks that may be of lower priority on another project. And since this project is important, maybe we can get it agreed that they would put their time in on this project instead. So what we've done here, if you look at the task and calendar on the right, what we've done is reassigned a number of these tasks that Heisey had to Lukey and Starnes and balanced out their time commitments so that they're never working on more than one task at a time on here. So as you can see, now that we have it set up that both Lukey, Heisey, and Starnes are all working equally on about the same amount of stuff over the same time, but there are a few gaps in days allowing us to float a few things around a little bit. But interestingly enough, on a plan like this, when you start doing load leveling, you find that some of the tasks that used to be floaters or have a high amount of float suddenly don't have as much float as they used to. It is wholly possible in doing workload leveling on a Gantt chart to have a non-critical path item suddenly become critical path because the sequence of events and people available to work the project now no longer have the flexibility of doing all the tasks when you'd like them to. Nonetheless, we have a pretty good schedule here, so we'll go and move forward with finishing out the Gantt chart. Once we get that put in, depending on what convention you want to use, in my case here I've taken and used the same coloring convention that we have in the Demandler toolbox. So we've taken all the plan schedules and that are non-critical, put them in gray. The critical paths are denoted in red with arrows denoting the flow of the predecessor, possessors of each process, and then put in some milestone events here related to a phase review, a presentation, and a final report due date. With that then, we can start tracking our project as seen with this sheet here. So at this point we have a critical path item and a non-critical path item. They're currently active and several tasks have been completed and everything looks to be on track for this project and doing quite fine. So the advantages of reporting project status using a Gantt chart is that everyone will know the full project status at a glance. That's the beauty of the Gantt chart. You take a look at it, you can see all the tasks, you can see the timeline, you can see the status of all the tasks. You know exactly what the health of the project is based on that one glance. It keeps you from overloading your team members as well. It helps you identify resource restrictions ahead of time so that you can do resource leveling on your project plan. It also, again, same with the WBS, helps you to be proactive. By having a good plan, you can head off problems before they become problems. It also, again, will help you identify areas where you can accelerate the project timeline. This is due to the ability to shift people off of non-critical items or see where people are idle and can be applied to critical path items to aid in compressing the time on those tasks. Also, it helps you manage the scope growth of your project again because you can determine true impact to any delivery date on your project based on what's being requested. So, your challenge is at this point to put together a good project plan. You can use this spreadsheet tool. The same features are also available to you using Microsoft Project, which is available off of the College Engineering IT download site and is also uploaded to or installed in every lab computer in the mechanical engineering department, including breakout rooms. Have any questions, see your instructor or see Dr. Starnes or Mr. Heisey. We'd be happy to help you out with any questions you have on setting up a Gantt chart. This ends the video on Gantt charts.